My lovely neighbour Morris grows loads of vegetables in his allotment and he's dropped off a marrow. So here's my marrow curry. First thing you need to do is heat up a little bit of oil. And as that heats up, I'm going to add a teaspoon of mustard seeds and a teaspoon of cumin. Now whenever I do a vegetable, or most often when I do a vegetable curry, mustard seeds and cumin make a really, really lovely combination. So let's get those heating up. And you'll know when they're ready because you'll hear them sizzle and they'll start to get really lively in the pan. As soon as they start to pop and you can start to smell the cumin aromatics coming through, pop your onions straight in. Once your onions are in, give those a lovely stir, just get them all coated with the oil. Leave it on a fairly high heat to begin with, just to draw off all the moisture. And then reduce the heat just a little bit and let those cook down. So they will need to cook for about 6 or 7 minutes, just until they start to go that lovely golden brown colour. As the onions begin to brown, just chop up a couple of cloves of garlic, nice and fine, and pop that straight in. As the garlic's cooking and we're losing all of that raw flavour from it, I'm just going to start to chop my marrow. I like to do it in nice sort of 3 or 4 centimetre cubes. The other thing that's really good to do with marrow is chutney. So click on the link and find out how you make that marrow chutney. It's a really good one to try. Once the onions are lovely and brown like this, I'm going to add my tomatoes. I've just got some plum tomatoes. And this is our masala here. So into that, I'm going to add straight away some grated ginger. It's probably just a tablespoon. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of turmeric, and a little bit of chilli, so again half a teaspoon. And I'm also going to add chopped up fresh chilli as well. Now stir that through, because this is your masala, this is your base or your sauce. Using your spoon, just break down the tomatoes so that it all comes together and just starts to melt into a paste almost. We'll leave this to cook for a couple of minutes. Continue to stir it and make sure it doesn't catch on the bottom of the pan. If you find that it does catch, just a little splash of water just to lift everything off will be absolutely fine, but it really shouldn't do. So when your masala is nice and shiny, it's really thick, I just like to have a quick little taste just to check the seasoning. That's lovely, it's got a nice bite to it. So into that, I'm just going to pop my marrow straight in. Now I know it looks like a lot, but it will cook down. So just fold it through, get it covered with all of that masala. Put anything back in that jumps out. I'm turning that up just for a second, just to get a little bit of heat to it. It's looking lovely. So when it's coated, just need to turn the heat right down and pop the lid on and leave that to simmer away. I'm going to have a little sneaky peek in about 15 minutes, but after about half an hour, it should all have broken down and be a lovely sort of lovely paté consistency with a really thick masala running through it. But that's how simple it is to make a really delicious, fresh, homemade curry. To finish, sprinkle with a little garam masala and some fresh coriander. This recipe goes really well with lamb madras and chicken biryani. Tap the i to see the recipes and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.